All right, listen up, folks. Everybody's asking the same fucking question. How the fuck is Letitia James still the Attorney General after getting indicted? Shouldn't they rip that title off her like a fake Gucci bag? Yeah, you think so, but let me break it down for you in plain English. First off, an indictment ain't the same as being guilty. That just means a grand jury or a prosecutor says, hey, we think we got enough evidence to drag your ass into court. It ain't a conviction, and in this country, at least on paper, you're innocent until proven guilty. So they don't just snatch your job away the second you're charged. Now, how does it actually work in New York? Here's the deal. The governor can say, yo, Letitia's dirty. Let's get her the fuck out of here, and send the charges to the state Senate. If 2/3 of those clowns in Albany agree, boom, she's gone. But guess what? That's politics. 2/3 is a high fucking bar, and they ain't always quick to turn on their own. The other way is impeachment. That's where the assembly, the lower house, votes to impeach. Then she goes on trial in front of a mix of senators and judges. If 2/3 of that crowd says she's guilty, then she's out. But impeachment takes time, hearings, deals, political theater. It's not overnight. So what's left? Pressure. The media screams, the people scream, everybody says resign. And sometimes the crook just folds and walks away. That's the most common way these things go down. But legally, she can sit her ass in that chair and keep calling herself Attorney General until one of two things happens. 1, she resigns. 2, she's convicted, impeached, or voted out by the Senate. So yeah, it's bullshit. If it were me or you lying on mortgage papers, they'd take our jobs, our pensions, probably even our fucking pets before we could blink. But when you're a big shot politician, you get due process wrapped in red tape. That's the system. Indicted don't mean fired. Convicted? Different story. Then they strip your pension, toss you out, maybe even give you a jumpsuit that matches your pumpkin spice latte. And don't think this was just one slip up with one little mortgage either. Oh no, sweetheart. This is a whole fucking pattern. They pulled the title reports, the filings, the mortgage apps, and it's like a fucking buffet of fraud. Let's start with that Perone Avenue property down in Virginia. She bought it, told the bank, yeah, it's just a secondary home, gets herself a sweet rate, then immediately rents the fucking place out like it's an Airbnb. That's fraud, plain and simple. You want it as an investment property? Fine, sweetheart. But you gotta tell the bank and take the higher rate. Instead, she lied. That's one. Then there's her Sterling Street scam with the niece. First she says, no, it's not my primary residence. A week later, she flips it, signs papers saying, yeah, it's my primary now. Why? Because the loan system kept spitting her ass out. Boom, lie number 2. And Brooklyn? Forget about it. She's got a building that's supposed to be 5 fucking units, commercial property, but she calls it 4. Why? Because 4 gets you a lower rate. Sometimes she says it's a 1 family, sometimes a 2, sometimes 3. Lady can't even keep her own lies straight. That's mortgage fraud, insurance fraud, the whole fucking enchilada. And here's the kicker. This ain't new. People dug up evidence going all the way back to the 1980s. Multiple false mortgages, false financial filings, lies on lies on lies. You stack that shit up in court? That's not 1 felony, that's 20, 30, 40 felonies. Each one 5 years max. They only gotta nail her once, and boom, pumpkin spice, orange jumpsuit for the next decade. So yeah, don't let the media clowns fool you. They read a headline and pretend they know the case. The real evidence shows she's a serial scam artist. This ain't some political hit job. This is straight up numbers, signatures, and fraud. End of fucking story. And now, the finale, the part I love the most. She just fucking resigned. That's right. Resigned in disgrace. You know what that means? It means even her own crew, the Dems, the bigwigs, the handlers, they don't want to touch her with a 10-foot pole. You're radioactive, sweetheart. You're more toxic than a Staten Island landfill in July. She wasn't just some little side scammer either. Nah, we're talking multiple Virginia houses, Brooklyn bullshit, loan papers signed 6 different ways. She said, it's my primary. Then, no wait, it's my secondary. Then, oops, clerical error. I thought I was married to my fucking father. Are you kidding me? That ain't clerical, that's criminal. And here's the cherry on top. The irony's so thick you could spread it on a bagel. This is the same woman who stood there in front of cameras last year saying, when powerful people lie to banks, the government throws the book at them. Her fucking words. And now the book's flying at her head like a fastball in Yankee Stadium. Only difference is this one ain't gonna miss. So now she's crying, it's all political retribution? Oh, please. You resigned, Tish. Nobody resigns when they're innocent. You resign when you're guilty of sin and your own party don't want to drag your stinking baggage into the election. That's the reality. So there it is, folks. From the top cop of New York to top flop of New York. From screaming no one's above the law to proving she ain't above a fucking mortgage scam. Indicted, exposed, and now resigned in disgrace. Enjoy that shiny title while you still got it, Tish. Because the only title you're about to earn is Inmate of the fucking Month. Now do me a favor, like, subscribe, share this with every cousin, neighbor, and bartender you know. Chris Dallas, Celebrity Recreations, best fucking channel on the internet. Case closed. I'll see you all real soon again, but for now, Vinny's out of here.